Hey, hi, it's Dr. Seba from the Dentist Gallery with Dr. Sampson. Hi. So since my last video, I wanted to do a little recap because we know a bit more about the virus and how it spread. And I thought it was a good idea to recap all that before Christmas holidays come and people are gonna be together. Back in March, when the first studies came out about the mapping of the receptors of the virus, we found out that the mouse was full of receptors for the virus. So that's when we came up together with Victoria on that study to see if there were an impact of the oral health. So how you brush, how you use a mouthwash to reduce the amount of virus you have in the saliva, and so to be less contagious, especially if you're asymptomatic and you don't know that you have a COVID. So what we did is that we asked patients that were positive, and we had their medical history, so it was fine. To brush their teeth and the mouth and the tongue with toothpaste, and then to use different type of mouthwash, and then we measure how much virus stays in the mouth after 2-3 hours, and we had very good results. We can see that there's a reduction in the amount of virus that is in the saliva even after 3 hours. And luckily, there are people all over the world that did the same studies and they have exactly the same results. So I wanted to show you which mouthwash we tried. So we tried Listerine. Why Listerine? Because there's 20% alcohol. So that's why we get onto it. And peroxide. So it's hydrogen peroxide at 1.5%. And there were studies on the south of 2003 showing that it was working, and for the moment that's the two we have good results, but we're continuing the study, and if you know anybody that is positive and that want to be enrolled in the study, let us know. We'll drop some tests and some vitamins as well to help them recover faster. So we wanted to talk a little bit about vitamin supplements. So we had a hint before it started, like in March, that some vitamins help for the immune system, like vitamin C, zinc, and vitamin D, but there were no studies, peer-reviewed and randomized studies about those vitamins and SARS-CoV-2. The virus for COVID-19, but now there is, although there is no money in vitamins because it's super cheap. There's still some universities and research centers that did some very good research, so we wanted to share that with you. So what we think is very important is zinc. So zinc has showed that it was playing on the replication of the virus. So it helps the cells not to manufacture too much virus. It enters the cells and it stops the replication of virus. And vitamin C, we know that it helps for the immune system. It's a booster, and it's also used for treatment. So in Germany and in Africa, in a lot of countries in Africa, they inject vitamin C as a treatment for COVID, but in really high dose. So what I recommend for zinc is at least 40 milligram a day, and for vitamin C at least a gram a day. So I like those pills because they have both together. And there's no contraindication on zinc and vitamin C, so it's totally safe. And as I said, it plays on the replication of virus, but also on the inflammatory response that the body is doing after being sick. So it lowers the amount of cytokine that you will have, and that will do this inflammatory storm that is creating most of the problem with the COVID.
And one more immunomodulator, which is also very highly recommended, is vitamin D. So there's a lot of new research which has shown that vitamin D also will reduce the amount of inflammation and the number of cytokines that are produced during a viral infection. So this will help with complications as well. So if you have had a blood test and you know how much vitamin D you have and you are deficient, then we would recommend 10,000 IU. And if you haven't had a blood test, then you should just go for a minimum of 4,000 IU. And you can either get the nice little oral sprays like this or in a pill form like that. And after this, we're going to link all of the research that we've been referring to as well, and also links to some of maybe our favorite pills and supplements. So what we're trying to say is that by using mouthwash and also brushing your teeth and improving your oral hygiene, you could not only reduce your risk of transmission, and the risk of catching COVID, basically. If you have any transient virus in your mouth, then just using some mouthwash could actually kill that. But also you could be improving your risk of developing complications, and also speeding up your recovery by trying to basically kill as much virus as possible inside your mouth through oral hygiene techniques such as brushing your teeth, using mouthwash regularly, and still continuing to come and see the dentist as well. Thank you.
Hi. So as you can see, we were not wearing masks because we just did a 15 minutes rapid test, and we were both negative. So I really recommend everybody for Christmas holidays, if they're gonna get together, to get a pack of those rapid tests, a pack of 10. It's the nose swab. So that tells you if you're positive or negative, and if also you don't have a chance to get those tests and you're still gonna see your family, really important that you have good oral health, and use some mouthwash, have a big bottle at your grandmother when you're going. Everybody's rinsing, then for 2 hours you're less shredding. So yeah, that's a little tip. If you want to know more about those tests,